my name is Federico Pieri. I own the shop Cantina del Brunello in Siena since 1995. I am specialized in Brunello, that's why the name of the shop is Brunello Cellar, and I have more than 1000 different kind of labels in my shop. Then a lot of Super Tuscans, Chianti Classico, Barolo, Amarone and other kinds of wine that are really important not only in Tuscany but in Italy. I am really a fan of Brunello di Montalcino. I love this wine and I think that is the best expression of the wine in Tuscany but in Italy. Is a wine that, as you know, of course, is a single grape Sangiovese, aged 5 years in oak barrels, and is a wine that has a nice power, but at the same time is very elegant and smooth. Is a wine that can be aged for 20-25 years in the best vintages. Because of the reason that I have always been involved in wine, because my father was and is a collector of bottles. Since I was very young, I used to be in the wineries with him, buying bottles for his personal cellar. That's why I know directly many producers and I have a good knowledge of the area of production of those wines. In each part of Italy we have a huge selection of fantastic wines and fantastic kinds of food. So I like in my spare times or for holidays with my wife and my son, we usually go to discover and to improve our knowledge in this kind of world that is an amazing world. If you follow the street, you arrive in the main big Piazza del Campo, the big square famous for the horse races. And but it's also, my shop is also very close to the parking area. That is an important reason, because people usually go down to visit the center of the city, then they come back and they buy bottles, and I can bring them the bottles very easy to the parking area. Also, without entering inside, you can have a wide view of thousands of bottles, and this is really impressive. You have walls on the left, on the side, that are full of bottles from the floor to the ceiling. And this is very impressive when you are a wine lover. The most important thing is that all those producers that I select are organic producers. They use low quantity of sulfates. That's really important. No headache if you drink more than 2 or 3 glasses. All the bottles that you find here, or to be honest, many bottles that you find here are not available in the foreign markets. So you cannot find in US, you cannot find in Norway, Sweden or Germany or wherever around the world, because the quantity is so limited and that they are not exported. I have a lot of verticals. When I say vertical is the same wine in many different years. So when you try those different years, you can have the idea of how a wine changes during the years. And you can have fun drinking with your friends different kind of years for the same wines. For example, I have a huge vertical of Masseto. I have a lot of Sassicaia. I have a lot of Ornellaia. I have those wines that are considered the top. While restructuring and rebuilding the shop, all of a sudden the floor fell down and I discovered this room that was an Etruscan tomb. It's fantastic because I have the same temperature during all the year. It's constant, it's around 55 degrees, constant humidity, and so it's an area where I store a lot of my wines, but it's an area where I do my wine tastings with my customers. In my shop, if you want, you will find also a huge selection of rum, scotch, bourbon and champagne from France. All the wines that you find in my shop are available also on my website. All the wines that I send back to United States, Canada, north of Europe, Germany, England, wherever, are the bottles that we use here for local consumption, so without sulfates added. This is very important because the bottles that you find home in a liquor store, in a wine shop, are the bottles for exportation, and many governments require the producers here in Italy to add a lot of sulfates in the wines for exportation. Usually when people come here, they have fun, and I have fun with them. They remember me, and very often we become very good friends.